Hey everybody, welcome back. And welcome to Michigan wintertime. Or at least the best we can get it where I live. So, as you can see behind me here, we've got the nerve center, the tent set up. And yes, I did shoveled snow around it. And I do have my ground tarp down to try and protect the floor. You guessed it, we got the wood stove up and ready to burn. So I figure we don't have a lot of really cold nights, and I've had a lot of questions lately about, how cold I have slept in the sleeping bag, how warm the wood stove keeps the tent, things like that. So I hope to be able to answer some of those questions with another video. So let's head inside and actually see what setup we have going on. Okay, welcome home for the night. You can see I've already cut and stacked some wood. Got the wood stove put in place, ready to go. And you guessed it, if I'm going to sleep outside in the wintertime, I've got the MSS, Military Sleep System. I actually have all three bags in here. So I have the Gore-Tex Bivy, the intermediate black bag here, as well as the green patrol bag. And my son's going to be staying with me out here tonight. So guess what? I have another one. So this will be a really, really good test for two different people in the same bag, in the same tent. Of course, he's a lot younger than me, and kids, as you know, tend to get colder quicker. So we can definitely talk to him tomorrow and see how he did. And tonight we are going to be using the wood stove. So I don't expect it to get too cold tonight in here. I hope not. And just thought maybe we'll bring a little technology to it. So look at that. Today is Friday. It's 5:07 p.m. Currently inside the tent, it's 39.6. She's getting colder. And it's 29.5 degrees outside. So we're actually going to have this going all night long, so you guys will be able to see the temperature difference between inside and outside while we use the wood stove. Stay. Okay. So you guys will be able to tell just how good the wood stove is, how often we have to feed the wood stove, and how much warmer we can keep it in here. Tonight, it's actually supposed to get down to about 7 degrees outside. So that's pretty cold. So I have a sneaking suspicion we're probably going to be burning a lot of wood, and it's probably going to be every 2 hours, maybe 3. See if we can get it dialed in right. So stick with us for the rest of the video. Okay guys, I think it's about time we turn in. You can see it's quite a bit darker out than it was a little bit ago, but had some things to take care of, had some dinner. Now it's time to start a fire and try and warm it up in here. You can see, maybe you can see, it is quite cold in here. Those are some ice crystals. Let's see. Whew. Low and no. Well, that ain't gonna do me any good. Well, this thing is supposed to, I think it only goes down to 32 degrees indoor temperature. Outdoor temperature, I think it was minus something. So I might have to work on that a little bit. So, but anyways, it's really, really cold in here right now. I think it's about 20 degrees outside. According to my weather app on the phone, it's 16 degrees outside. So we're going to try and get a fire going. You've seen this. We're just going to use the wood stove, and we're going to get a fire going. So we'll bring you back once we got a good fire going. We'll get it warmed up in here pretty quick. We'll be right back with you. All right. Looks like we got the basis of a fire started here. So that's always good news. Start to bring it up a little bit in temperature in here. So we'll let that keep going. We'll get a little temp in here, and then see if we can't figure out this temperature sensor. I think it's just too cold. I was a little concerned with that when I bought this temperature sensor, that it didn't go low enough. It's supposed to be pretty darn cold tonight, so we'll keep working on the fire, keep getting it warmed up in here, and we'll see just how warm we can get it. Maybe I won't even need the sleeping bag tonight. So we have made a little bit of progress with the fire. Let's show you what we got going on here. Whoop. She is definitely full ripping. Full ripping. We got her dampened down just a little bit, probably about halfway there. And you can see here the chimney, the flue is also maybe a quarter of the way turned down, and she is putting out a lot of heat right now. So like I said before, we were at low and no, and low is below 32 degrees. So currently this is in the middle. There's the center pole to give you an idea. So the middle of the room, actually pretty low to the floor, probably about 2 feet off the floor, is 47 degrees right now. And if we look, according to my weather app here, it is 14 degrees outside, and we are 47 degrees inside. That is quite a difference, if I do say so myself. So I don't know why the outdoor part isn't working. You can see it's right here, right next to the indoor part. It just doesn't seem to have connection, apparently, even though the little light is blinking. It's not connecting. So unfortunately, that might not be working for the whole night. So we'll just have to go off of what we already know the temperature is. Looks like it's actually supposed to get down to 12 tonight, not 7. So they've updated that temperature. So I guess realistically at this point, it's about as cold as it's going to get tonight, which is 13-ish degrees. And we're sitting at almost 50 degrees in here. So I think we'll have a pretty good night. So the next question that we got to figure out is, how often do we have to feed this fire in order to be able to maintain approximately a 50-degree temperature in here? And I'm really not all that interested in getting it that much warmer in here, to be honest with you. I'm more interested in trying to keep it about 50 degrees as long as I can, because 50 degrees with the sleeping bags that we have in this tent, that's plenty warm enough. There's really no reason to get the wood stove glowing red. That starts to become dangerous, and there's no reason to do that. 50 degrees is plenty warm. That's what is it, call it 20 outside, 50, over a 30-degree temperature differential. That's doing all right. So we'll keep this fire going. And right now, as you can see, we're looking at 8:02. So when we got to add more wood to it, we'll bring you guys back. Okay guys, so I actually just checked the weather app and it's down to 11 degrees, so the weather app was wrong already. I know, surprised. Do you need a moment? Neither do I. So it has been right about an hour, and as you can see here, we're down to about 42 degrees inside. Good news, the outdoor temperature thing has started working, quote unquote, because this says 11. It's right there. So yeah, I think it still doesn't work, and I think I'm gonna end up taking this thing back, which is fine. I just really needed it for tonight anyways, because I'm just curious as to how warm we'd actually keep it. Now I will say this, the 42 degrees does seem accurate. That's about what it feels like in here. Not really seeing my breath anymore. I'm not freezing to death. But let's check out the fire situation. It's been an hour. Alright, it's been an hour, and as you can see, we are pretty well burned down. We have some really good coals going in here, which is really good. Now, as you can imagine, that first little video first part of this video that we had going was not really fully loaded up. We were just kind of sort of trying to get our fire established so that we could get a really good loaded firebox, and I am going to really get this thing loaded up in here. And once it's fully loaded like this, I will be willing to bet you we'll get at least 2 or 3 hours out of this. I think that's about all the wood I can really fit in there. So there you have it. Oh, well, guess that's not gonna go in there. So I'd call that a pretty well loaded firebox. A lot more wood in there than was in there before. So now we'll see how long we can get out of this. See what kind of temperature we can maintain. So let's get this door closed up. Okay, so it's 9:15 right now, so we'll let this burn for a little bit, and we'll see how long we can try and maintain that, 45-50 degree temperature in here. So we'll bring you back when we got to put wood in it again. Well, good morning, everybody. Gotta say, that was a pretty cold night. Not sure exactly what the sensors got down to. Looks like that outdoor sensor is still not working. But I did check my phone throughout the night. Got down to 10. Got a picture sent to me of 7 degrees this morning about 6 o'clock. So it definitely did get pretty cold this morning. And throughout the night, it did get cold in here. Not anything that was too bad. It really did get bad. I think it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. You'll see it on the time lapse. Got down to low, which is below 32 degrees in here, and it's one of the downfalls when you use these really good sleeping bags like this. Fire had gone out, so the fire can go out and you're nice and warm in a sleeping bag, and you actually have no idea the fire is even out because you're still warm in the sleeping bag. By the time you start to get cold, the fire's pretty well gone. But about 2:30 in the morning, fire was out, but there was still some hot coal, so I was able to get it going again, and I've had it going ever since. Seems to be about every 2 hours max, to be honest with you. I mean, max 2 hours, and that's with a really good sleeping bag. It starts to get really cold in here, and we gotta fill the wood stove again. So get about 2 hours at a time out of the wood stove, which means you don't sleep very much. And I mean, let's be honest here, guys. That's just not a very big wood stove for this size of tent. So I think if you really want to use a wood stove in here, and you really want to be able to try and get some sleep through the night, and you don't want to be feeding this thing every hour and a half, 2 hours. I mean, like I said, you can go 2 hours. So if you can get somebody else to take a shift, you could sleep 4 hours at a time. That's not bad. I'm in here with my son, so it's all up on me. So I guess that's up to you to make the determination, right? Do you try to feed this thing every 2 hours? Try to get something bigger and get a longer burn on it? Maybe that's the next thing I have to try. Maybe it's about time I order a larger wood stove. For the off-grid hunt purposes, a larger wood stove is more weight, and that's more problems. But if you're looking at truck camping or something like that, why not have a larger wood stove? It's not like you have to carry it very far. So, I don't know. Maybe that's what we try next. For this setup, we have quite a bit of time left, I suppose, before we end up getting into trying a different wood stove. So, for that, right now, I think, like I said, we're looking at feeding it every 2 hours, keeping it above freezing in here when it was single digits outside. The temperature differential you can get is pretty good with this small wood stove. So, you know, all in all, I'm not dissatisfied. It worked out pretty well. So, yeah, we'll keep doing some tests in here, and we'll keep bringing you guys more content. So, if you like seeing these types of tests and stuff like this, make sure you like the video. Comment if you have any questions. I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions about the wood stove. And then don't forget to subscribe, share it with your friends, and you know, tell them about the video. So, until next time, my name is Mike with Mansplaining. Thanks for watching.